plus Florida Oath Accountability Project. So a few weeks back, I had an investigation with the Collier County Sheriffs Office that was in the process of being concluded. In the statement, the lieutenant mentioned a be on the lookout report. This happened to be the second time someone from the sheriff's office had mentioned that there was a BOLO report about me. So today, I went and did a public records request for the document, which is this right here. So, the above subject has recently been observed following deputies in District 8 from location to location and filming them. He has a valid CWP and informed one of the deputies that he was armed. So, when I was in that scenario, I was walking around in Immokalee City. Immokalee City has been known to be kind of a bad portion of town, especially late at night. Like, you really don't want to go walking around too much, or at least that's the stigma behind it. Me, personally, I've never had any issues out there. But it had been my first time being out there. They'd never seen me before, so one of the deputies happened to stroll by in his cruiser, stopped, and was like, "Hey, man, you okay?" Told him, "Yeah, just out walking around." He's like, "About 2 o'clock in the morning?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's kind of dangerous." Told him, "Well, that's why I'm armed. Like, I have a firearm on me." At that point, he did request my concealed weapons permit, so I gave it to him. I even offered to show him the firearm. He thought it was kind of cool. It's a Tokarev M57. Told him it was a handgun that shoots 7.62, and he was like, "No way, I've got to see that." So I ended up showing it to him. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so that's how that was brought up. He has a history for this behavior. Was involved in a similar incident in District 3 in April of 2017. So this specific incident, I was driving down Livingston Road one night. I was on my way to kind of near like the East Naples area. So I was going like pretty much like the entire length of Livingston Road, basically from Immokalee to where it was going to dead end at Radio. Well, the deputy or there was a deputy that happened to be like kind of near me. He thought I was following him, so he made a real quick abrupt turn, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that was a little sketch." So I threw the scanner on, thinking, "Okay, maybe something's going on." What I didn't know was that he was actually transporting someone to the Naples Jail Center. Thought I was following him. So when I turned the scanner on, um, he was actually giving a description of my vehicle, saying that I had been following him for a while. So a couple of additional units happened to show up, and they pulled me over. They never gave me a legit reason for doing so. Tried to ask for ID, etc., etc., etc. I told them, you know, no idea why you're pulling me over. I wasn't following him. Even if I was, it's not against the law. Perfectly legal. I did, just out of courtesy, let them know that I did have a firearm in the glove box, just in case they were going to ask for registration. It's a tiny car. Really only have two spots where you can put anything. The center console, which you could probably fit a phone in, and then the glove box, which you could really not fit much in. Um, so there was at that point, you know, mentions here during the incident he advised deputies he had a police scanner and was listening to calls. Also advised at the time he had a firearm in his glove box. That was the reason for that. He's been known to travel the county mainly late at night, filming deputies driving. He has called in repeated complaints to dispatch that deputies are committing traffic infractions or driving recklessly. So I showed this to a friend of mine, and he said, it's really interesting and hilarious how they'll put that in there, yet they don't really do anything to correct the driving habits of their deputies. All day, every day, I will see, without fail, multiple traffic infractions committed by these guys. And the thing is, they're supposed to be upholding the law and enforcing the law, yet they don't do it themselves. We all know about that. Although he has not committed any criminal acts or made any verbal threats directed towards law enforcement, deputies are advised to use caution if contact is made. Update: January 18, 2019. He has continued to engage in the same activities described, and he has recently been observed at the Collier County Government Complex, which is like the courthouse, all that. The CCSO Special Operations Building, which is at the airport where they have the Sheriff's Office helicopter, and District 1. He has also been observed driving a black blah blah blah. If he is encountered, please document the incident and forward all information to CTIB. So here's my issue with this. If you as a citizen partake in constitutionally protected activities backed by Florida statute and supported by both state and federal Supreme Court rulings, as well as clarity of the constitutionality of the activity by Department of Homeland Security in a memo that they put out, why on earth would someone be put on a terrorist watch list? Interesting, right? Tell me what you think.